Hello there, it's Andy Parks from the Washington Times, and wow, what a week the government had in telling us, us, the taxpayers, how to run our lives. That's right. Am I crazy? Don't answer that. Or don't the political types work for us, not against us? Well, isn't that the way it's supposed to work? More on that and other stories on the way. But first, as a listener to my podcast, you qualify to receive a 50% discount on an annual digital subscription to the Washington Times. Simply go to washingtontimes.com/Andy. That's washingtontimes.com/ANDY. All right, here we go. Joe Biden now says we need 97 to 98% of the people to get vaccinated against the COVID-19 virus. Okay, and what science did Joe use for that? No science, just a deer-in-the-headlights look when the reporter asked him about the number needed. Meanwhile, the new governor of New York, the one that took over for the Cuomo sexual, what's her name, Kathy Hochul, says unvaccinated people aren't listening to God.
Yes, I know you're vaccinated. You're the smart ones, but there's people out there who aren't listening to God and what God wants. You know this. You know who they are. I need you to be my apostles. I need you to go out. And how do you show that love? But to care about each other enough to say, please get vaccinated because I love you. I want you to live.
Now there's a nutcase, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, lady, remember God-given rights? And then you go to a church center and you use it as your personal political platform? You don't tell anyone what they must do surrounding their own health and safety. Why don't you do something positive, like fix the crime problems in your state? Perhaps some good things to slow the mass exodus of citizens running from the twisted thinking of liberal politicians like you. How dare you admonish those for a personal decision? Oh yeah, earlier in the week she said she would bring in the National Guard to replace healthcare workers who refused her mandate for the vaccine. In Massachusetts, dozens of state troopers are leaving their jobs because the government is telling them what to do with their bodies. I don't blame them. The libs are now playing the role of God. And how about the TV show and liberal fest known as The View? On last Friday's live show, two of the whack jobs, Sonny Hostin and Anna Navarro, were asked mid-show to leave the set after testing positive for COVID-19. First, why would you test someone and then let them go about their business before getting the results? Instead, we got high drama when it was about time to interview Vice President Kamala Harris. Timing is everything. Harris was interviewed remotely, and Joy Behar heaped praises on the VP and her incredible staff for what? For ushering Harris into another room? Then she and co-host Sarah Haynes were left with time to fill, and man, it was awkward. Believe it or not, they ran out of things to say. So they tried taking questions from the audience, something they never do. But unfortunately, because everyone was wearing masks, the host couldn't hear what the audience was asking. Now that was entertaining. And speaking of crazy liberals, the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, has now declared by his signing of a bill that California will make universal vote by mail permanent. Yes, Democrats in California and across the nation are proud of him. Congratulations, Governor. Cheat by mail is now official. Let's see, what else are those crazy Democrats doing? Oh, one of the funniest moments of the week was watching AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, cry, on the House floor, when colleagues voted 420-9 to fund Israel's missile defense system. Wow, that was a close one, huh? She later claimed that she cried because at the last minute she made an Obama move and changed her vote from no to present. Of course, that way you can't be held accountable in the future by political opponents. And let's not forget, the no vote would have also linked her to the squad. The Jew-hating Democrats in the House. Another crazy Democrat, White House press secretary and chief liar for Joe Biden, Jen Psaki, had a tough week. She no longer circles back to a question. She flat out runs away from him. Yeah, she fled the podium when the tough questions were coming in this week. Perhaps she's tired of cleaning up Joe's daily gaffes. You know, sort of like someone walking behind a dog with a pooper scooper. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer whined and cried over the failure of a short-term government funding bill this past week. Those nasty Republicans for once didn't bend or cave to the Democrats. And the best part of the defeat? Chucky had to change his vote to a no to preserve the right to bring it back for a second vote. And by the way, it flunked the second vote. How funny is that? Bring a bill and then have to vote against it. Don't you love it when that happens? CNN's Chris the Groper Cuomo has been accused of sexual harassment by a former ABC executive producer. Shelley Ross's story is very compelling, and remember, the Me Too movement says all women must be heard and believed unless Democrats say differently. Heck, she even has an email where Cuomo admitted to and apologized for his behavior. Chris and CNN have been strangely quiet about this. And that's pretty odd coming from a network that makes nonstop noise if Republicans or another network's employee are a focus of a story like this. Why hasn't Chris Cuomo been fired? Oh, and Cuomo's CNN colleague, openly gay Don Lemon, is in the sexual assault spotlight again. After jumping through some legal hurdles, it seems that the suit brought by Dustin Heiss will indeed go to court early next year. Lemon is accused of, to put it kindly, forcing himself on Heiss in a bar on Long Island. I'm not going to talk about the alleged actions of Don Lemon other than to say it's pretty graphic. As far as CNN goes, nothing to see here. Move along. Liz Cheney is going to New Hampshire in November. In doing so, she's firing up the prospect of a run for presidency in 2024. Among others in her fundraising efforts, George Bush, ally of Cheney and family, and Trump hater himself. Cheney said she's not ruling anything out, which in political speak means, hell yeah, I'm looking at it. She will be the featured speaker at the annual Loeb School of Communications First Amendment Honors Program. The Congresswoman from Wyoming is facing quite the challenge for her hatred of the former president back home, prompting one official to say Liz Cheney couldn't get elected dog catcher right now. Donald Trump has said he'll support her primary opponent. Ironically, Trump's first New Hampshire stop was this event back before the 2016 election. And finally today, the whopper of the week. Nah, I'm not talking about a burger from down the road. I'm talking about the big lie from this week's winner, Joe Biden.
It is zero price tag on the debt. We're going to pay for everything we spend. It's going to be zero.
Yeah, he was talking about his $3.5 trillion Build Back America agenda. He says we spend $3.5 trillion and it cost us nothing. How's that work? Did he go to math classes in Baltimore City, you know, the place where a couple of years ago 13 schools had 0 students proficient in math at the end of the year? He must have. Hey, gotta run. I'm going to get that new house and luxury vehicle. After all, according to Joe, it's going to cost me 0.
It's going to be 0.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it. Folks, you can't make it up. Thanks for joining me today, and remember to receive a 50% discount on an annual digital subscription to the Washington Times. Go to washingtontimes.com/Andy. You'll get 24/7 digital access to the Washington Times at 50% off. Again, go to washingtontimes.com/ANDY. I'm Andy Parks. Have a great day.